respect the wearables and Jaya. Buddhang puja, Dhammang puja, Sanghang puja. Let's not the regular session for the Dhamma discussion and Q&A session for this afternoon.
Okay, so I think I cover most of the point. So maybe we talk more about actual practice. I think most of you have practiced to some extent, and sometimes you are very confused about breathing meditation. Right? Some of you confused, is it Vipassana or is it Samatha? And this is such a question. So how do you know you are doing Vipassana or are you doing Samatha? Like I mentioned earlier on, it depends on the object actually is similar. Because when we say Anapanasati means the contemplate on the breathing, that's in there. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Now, if you are doing Samatha, most teachers like Pao would tell you to choose only one object around the nostril or somewhere here, where the area is small. And advantage is, of course, because of small, your mind can concentrate better, not like scanning the body. The awareness is actually, the space is larger. But one thing about practice this is, some people find if you turn on the fan, it will disturb it because you cannot concentrate on the feeling here if the fan is blowing at the face, right? So they say, some people find it's very subtle. Okay? So there's one of the disadvantage. Advantage, of course, one pointedness is easier when the area is very small, just focus on. Okay? So there's always advantage and disadvantage of all the practice. This according to what so far I observe. Now, when we say observe the breathing, normally in Mahasi or like Chang here, focus on observing the abdomen rising and falling. The advantage is first, the object is very gross, very big, because your abdomen is huge area. So very easy for the mind to observe it. So there's an advantage here. But some people find is they don't like it. You know why? Because they say it's too far. Too far, you know? Because they feel the mind is somewhere here. So if the mind observe here is easy, it's very near. So imagine send the mind towards the abdomen, they say it's too far, they don't like it. So they prefer a nearer parking space. Okay. Because I see some people, when they drive the car, they always come here because they prefer to be parked nearby, right? So they don't need to park outside. So also, for meditator, they prefer to park here, right? Okay, just to tell jokes. Because listen to jokes and you feel happy, kill the pants, you know. That's why people have ha 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 ha. Why? Because by laughing, you reduce the pain in the body. I think most of you, first day, second day, are struggling with pain in the body, right? Especially sit for a long time, knee pain, back pain, headache, shoulder pain, also pain come, parts of the nature, right? So advantage of practicing the abdomen rising falling, first, the object is close, easy to spot, and if you cannot find it easily, you can basically, for beginners, we can put a hand, you know, just put a hand and pull on the abdomen, which you find, you can try it now, put it here. You find it easy. Even though you're closing your eyes or not closing your eyes, you can feel the movement. So that's why for beginners, you can just put here and very easy to get the object, so you don't need to worry. It doesn't matter whether you have a big tummy or small tummy. Okay, as long as you are doing the breathing meditation, there will be definitely the movement at the abdomen. And make sure as a yogi, don't wear tight pants now. Okay, because sometimes wearing tight pants is not easy. You don't feel comfortable. The abdomen motion is slimming, right? Okay. 我先讲话，就是讲我们修这个安攀念， 可以止禅还是修内观智慧禅。分别是止禅，我们是专注在鼻孔那边，所以位置比较小，所以容易专注。如果我们修内观智慧禅，根据马哈希或强烈，就是关照腹部上下。有一些人觉得好，因为地方那个比较清楚，也比较明显，因为动态很明显。可是有一些人觉得太远了，因为平常我们讲关照好像是在这个头的位置，所以把它送下，他觉得太远，不喜欢。OK， right. So that's a roughly for Chinese. Alright. So this is just the position, whether you are focusing on the nostril or abdomen. This is just position. The main thing is the object must be clear. What is the object of Anapana? Breathing, right? Breathing in and breathing out. So whether you are doing samatha or vipassana, the object must be very clear. So that's the first criteria. Whether you are focusing on this nostril or the abdomen rising body. 重点不是位置，重点是目标，呼吸进出要清楚。Right? Okay, now, if you cannot find the object, it's not clear what should you do. Right? In Vipassana, very easy. We have few primary objects. The first one is abdomen rising falling. The second one is sitting and touching. Sitting and touching. So if you cannot find the breathing, there are many reasons why you cannot find. Sometimes it's possible, it's not clear to you. So you change the primary object to sitting, touching, sitting, touching. 所以如果呼吸不清楚呢，修那个内观智慧禅转去观，做到触到身体的坐姿观哈，心观身体的坐姿，触到就是你的臀部触到住，所以做到触到做到触到 ，not sitting, touching, sitting, touching. As long as you have the body, this body, it's definitely you can feel the body sitting. Now when you close your eyes, what is the meaning of body sitting, right? First, the back is straight, and then your bottom's touching the cushion. So you know you are sitting, even though you close your eyes. That's definitely clear. So you just observe this, and when later the rising falling come back, so you just continue to note the rising falling. Okay? 如果腹部不清楚，我们就观做到、触到、做到、触到，等到那个呼吸。那个腹部上下清楚，你就回去关照腹部的升起下降。So this is a primary object. After that, you can note other subsequent secondary object like pain, age, because this will not appear all the time. Your pain, your age will not appear all the time. That's why we call it secondary object, right? So when you sit here, you start to feel pain, leg pain, arm pain, and so on. So you observe it. If you want to observe, you observe it. If you don't want, you go back to primary object. Okay? 所以我们做的不久就会痛，这些叫第二种目标，你就观察痛痛痒痒麻，后来回去观主要的目标，因为这些第二种目标不会时常在的，所以我们不叫它为主要目标。So after you know it, then after that maybe you feel hot and cold, then you start to note 4 elements. Now, after sit here for a long time, you will feel cold. Yeah. To us, to Malaysian, this kind of aircon is the weather is the temperature is just right? Okay, for you all you can stand it. But if you're going to turn on the aircon like this for Burmese people, they don't like it, right? Because of the culture, they don't like to sit inside the aircon. It's too cold for the young people, for the old people. So different people have different body temperature. Okay, so when you sit here, you feel the coldness, so you enjoy it. When you enjoy it, you must know the mind enjoy. So you go for Chittanapassana, the mental state, right? So from the hot and cold, then first each end, so on, then hot and cold, then go for the enjoyment. But if your mind don't enjoy it, you might get irritated because of pain. Then you know anger, evil, right? Then you subsequently there's a desire. I want to walk. I don't want to sit. Or you want to change your leg posture. So you know the intention. Okay. 所以我们一步来，就是要观痛痒，然后后来回去观主要目标。 后来如果觉得舒服，感觉心爽，我们要关心，这个叫心念处。如果痒痛吧，给我们制造反感或生气，我们要关这个厌恶的心。后来又回去关主要目标。后来有这个意念要起来，或意念要换你的脚的姿势，你要关照这个意念。后来回去关照主要目标。Right. So we are actually doing things subsequently, step by step. Why do we do it? First, to keep momentary mindfulness, so we have momentary concentration, right? When you have momentary mindfulness, then you got effort and you got concentration. So actually, you fulfill the concentration factor, concentration group in the Noble Eightfold Path, right? And with this, you start to develop the Noble Eightfold Path. Okay? So 为什么要这样做？有正念，正念，我们有正精进，我们定在目标，不同的目标，一个刹那一个刹那的正念，一个刹那一个刹那定。所以我们有正念、正精进、正定，这个符合八正道的那个定主。所以我们在发展八正道。Right? So clear? So that's how. And first, of course, when you observe the morality, taking a percent, you already fulfill the morality group in the Noble Eightfold Path. 加上所八戒已经圆满那个戒主，八正道里面的戒主，有正业、正命，还有正语哦。So that means that right speech, right action, right livelihood, you fulfill here. Okay, clear. Right. So after you sit for some time, what happened? Then when it's enough time, 1 hour, you get up. But you don't get up immediately. You know the intention. I want to get up, I want to get up, I want to get up. But at that time, it's better don't use the word I want, not as the intention to get up, intention to get up. Then slowly you get up, get up, get up. When you get up, observe the body, get up, get up, get up. Then you can see how mind and body, or mind and mental, step by step, they work with each other. Sometimes the mind leads, like intention want to get up, the body get up, the mind leads. Okay? But sometimes the body leads. Body leads means that, for example, after you eat a full meal, after maybe half an hour later, you feel the urge to go to toilet. So this urge comes because the signal sent from the body to the mind. So at the time, is the body leads the mind forward, right? So we can see cause and effect, body and mind, or nama rupa, they work with each other, right? 所以我们做的时候，后来有这个心要站起来，就站起来。后来站起来的时候，换这个身体站起来。哦，所以这个是每个动作都是看到因果或身心的那个他们的合作。有时候心要做一个事情，身体就会做。比如你的心要起来，你的身体才起来。可是有时候是身体在领导，因为身体有这个身体有这个需要去上厕所，是不是？吃饱了要上厕所，它会制造一个讯息给那个脑袋，所以脑袋就会要去。哦，所以这个时候是身体领导，心后来才跟随。So it's very important to see cause and effect at all time. Then you fulfill the two knowledge. The first one is nama rupa pariccheda jnana, the knowledge between mind and matter. The second one is a paccaya pariggaha jnana, cause and effect knowledge, where you see the causal relationship between mind and matter, like I mentioned just now. Right? 这样符合内观的2个智慧，第一个是名色的分别，知道哪个是名色，就是哪个身心；第二个就得到因果，明白我们讲缘起的哈，因为有这个意念，身体要做什么？因为这个意念要踏步，每个意念要转身等等。So that's why when you be mindful at every step, including want to turn, turning, want to walk, walking. So when you do it very slowly, like intention to lifting, intention to pushing, intention to dropping, right? So if you practice like this, you see a lot of cause and effect between the nama, rupa, mind and metta. Nama is, I hope you all know, nama is mind and then rupa is metta. Right? 所以我们一定要在每个刹那看到名色分别，还有那个因果。要起来，好像那个提起，要提起，要推前，要放下。这个是全部都是原因，因为有提起是脚会提起，要有推前，心要推前才有推前，要放下才会放下。Okay, right. Okay, I think that covers some of the important facts about sitting and how you should do walking. I already start. I remember I tell you on the very first day, right, for you to start in practice. After that, when you do walking meditation, and we say 4 great elements is very important for you to know, which is very easy also. When we start to meditate, we start the easier object. 4 great elements like hot, cold, smooth, roughness, all these are very gross and easy objects, which you can observe without any problem. Later, you move to more subtle objects like sense space, the sight, the sound, the thoughts. Even the thoughts, you thought that you know, but no, because sometimes the thoughts occur a lot. Sometimes you are lost in thoughts. You don't know that you have thoughts. So thoughts are more subtle level. So that's why we don't contemplate it all the time, right? Like anger or evil, sometimes you might get a little bit angry, we also don't know it because they are more subtle compared to 4 great elements. 所以我们修行要从简单4大元素，后来才我们的正面强，我们才观比较细微的，好像6根6处，还有观那个我们的心的那个我们的自己意识的活动，比如生气、讨厌这种是比较细微的，不容易观照。有时候我们观不到我们的思想，因为我们被我们的思想带住了。So that's why when we say for practical training, don't always contemplate the thoughts because we are thinking non-stop, right? Thinking non-stop. So if you notice that when you're doing walking meditation, if you don't do the labeling right, left, the mind is chit-chatting all the time. How many of you notice your mind thinking all the time? You know that? Yeah. What kind of things you will talk? Anything, right? Anything. When you see somebody, you start to talk. When you see the bird, you start to talk. Or you know you lost in the past. Or you might be here, you start to plan for tomorrow, right? Today is the last day. You say, wow, tonight I can sleep very well already. Right? Tomorrow no more retreat, I can sleep until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. The mind start to lose in the future, right? So that's why for beginners, we don't ask them to follow the thoughts because is too much, it's actually wrong. Right? So that's why we say there's in Western people, they like to write the word grounding the mind. Means that you ground the mind by tying to your body instead of letting it lost in the thoughts. Right? So contemplate the body on time. Contemplate the body in sitting, standing, walking. So when walking, you know the foot, left, right. At the time, for beginners, it's good to do labeling. Labeling means purposely decide in your mind, left, right, left, right, left, right. Then standing, touching. Intention to turning, then standing, touching. Then intention to walk, right? 所以我们初学者不要一直关照思想，就是要把心拉回去身体，所谓这样讲。在坐禅关照身体，走禅关照脚步，站禅关照那个站的姿势，这样我们就不会被思想带走，这很重要的哈。不然我们的一直想不停，真的是早上到晚上，还有今天还没有，明天还没有到，已经想到明天了，是不是 ？Alright, okay. So after you can contemplate the body, then when you know the feeling, like hot and cold is considered as a feeling also. When it's cold here, you feel comfortable, so it's good feeling. But when it's too cold, it becomes bad feeling, right? So you contemplate all types of feeling. When you go outside, it's hot, it's a bad feeling. Right? So the first one, 4 foundation mindfulness, the first one is body, including 4 great elements, including the posture, including the breathing, and so on. Second one will be feeling, also feeling, including pain, itch. Third one will be mind, all sort of thoughts, anger, evil, right? So we do these 3 first. OK, 第一个是什么？身念处、受念处、心念处。身体比如呼吸、行住坐卧， 关照我们的那个四大元素，感受就是乐苦和不可不乐。后来心就是讲讨厌、喜欢各种的喜都要关照。And finally, we go for Dhammanupassana. That's what shares. Alright, so in Dhammanupassana, we have many objects, 5 hindrances, 5 aggregates, 6 emphases, 6 objects, 7 factors of enlightenment, 4 noble truths. Right. So actually Dhammanupassana means any object for the mind. So any object for the mind, you can just contemplate it, right? Or anything not included in the above 3 category is belong to this Dhammanupassana. So the best one, you should reduce the hindrances, increase the factors of enlightenment. That's what we should do. 对，这个法念处就是讲很多东西了，五盖、五蕴、六处、六尘的抉择。其实讲什么东西不在那个身受心这3个哦，都属于这个法念处，明白吗？不在上面的第3个，全部都是放在这个法念处里面。因为法的意思是全部各种的名色的保护。So basically, your job is try to complete as much as possible, reduce the hindrances, and increase the factors of enlightenment. That's the job of yogi. And for this paper, I already put lots of information at the back. The 7 factors of enlightenment is actually a lot, and actually I did some teaching about more than 3 times in the YouTube you can listen, right? So I don't want to go through because there are many of them. So basically, when we say factors of enlightenment means, as we said, this 7. You should increase the 1, 2, 3 as much as possible because these 3 are the cause, right? 这3个气觉这是原因哦，我们要尽量培养它。Mindfulness, Dhamma Vijaya, investigation of Dhamma or investigation of the phenomena, and effort, right? So that's why you can see even in the 5 faculties we have mindfulness. So here also mindfulness. So mindfulness means you just have to continue noting or aware the mind, aware of the object. 所以正念就是讲时常要观察颜色 right? But the best way if you can improve it by right reflection and wisdom, so it will sharpen the mindfulness. Then second thing is try to see the Namarupa as anicca dukkha anatta. 第二个哲法就是看到名色无常无我，七觉之关照更多的因素五六跟六处的。So if you can do this and you can have effort, correct? Effort is many. For example, effort to reduce there are many things. Many you can say to reduce unwholesome, to increase wholesome, right? So these are basically you should do. So 减那个不善，增加善。So if you can do it in your life, also in meditation, that's the best. Then after that you have joy, tranquility, concentration, and open heart, right? 所以当你发展这7觉知的第3个，你就后来会得到喜悦、清安和定，还有最后舍。Right. Now the last one, upekha, equanimity. This is the real upekha, real one. If you can develop to the Buddha, it's a real upekha, right? For example, when we say the 4 Brahma Vihara, where you have upekha, that is still tied into the idea of beings. May all the beings be very happy. But this upekha is see all the namarupa as impermanent suffering in yourself, right? 所以这个最后的舍，其实跟你讲是最强哦。因为如果我们讲，好像四反住，四无量心、慈悲喜舍，那个舍还是跟那个众生的概念有连接的。这个舍就是看到你的名色和生命 ，and so on, right? So there are many ways you can read this. So this teaching I already done in recorded in the and put in the YouTube channel. My channel, please go and listen. It's actually long, right? Okay. So basically now I think it's enough. So we can go for Q&A. Okay. So I encourage those who never asked before and try to ask. I also feel strange though. You sit here for 3 days and you don't have a question to ask. It's very strange to me also. Because when I stay in the Lunas, Buddhist Hermetic Lunas for about 4.5 years before I go to Myanmar to study Buddhist in the Buddhist Institute. I spend lots of time asking the questions. I asked the teacher to my side, Dr. Sunata, very respected teacher from Myanmar, stay in the Buddhist Hermitage for 8 years. I asked so many questions. That's why I can answer all your questions. Because all your questions I asked already. So until one day I went to his room, I sit quietly. He asked me, how come today you had no question? I think I asked all the questions already. Okay, you all should be like me, You have asked all the questions, you run out of questions. Okay, so please ask questions. And also, those who ask questions are doing the Dharma Vijaya. That's the investigation of Dharma. You're fulfilling your second Bojjhanga, right? 所以问题就是讲我们在发展折法的觉知因素，可以帮忙你们提升涅槃，增加你们的智慧。Okay, number one. Okay, stop. 嘉玲。Okay, now we online on site. Who you want?
大家好，各位同学好。这2天、这3天，我今天是感觉到我才有进入状况。早上的时候我们做走禅，行禅 walking meditation 的时候1个小时半。我走的时候，我的 practice 是6 step， 就是很重，那个脚很重。到我感觉到很轻的时候，已经过了1个小时多，所以我的感觉就是，身体很重，然后很难提起来呀。就那个脚踏在地上都很硬，那个地板很硬。过后慢慢的，我就感觉到越来越轻，然后那个地板也好像没有这么硬了，比较软。还有一个感觉就是我的身体很热，一直出汗，走去走回，然后turning，然后我就 standing，就是 my breathing is very fast， 好像气喘，我也不懂得我能够走到，好像我运动到。好像我运动了这样子的感觉，身体很热。
这样我们讲，当你我可以讲英文吗？给每个人听。Okay. Alright. So she's practicing the 6 steps, and she have a different feeling, like very hot. Sometimes at first the feet feel very heavy, and after that she have a good feeling. The leg become more light, right? Okay. So your main question is different. You have different experience. How to take care about it? Is it? Alright. So when you are doing meditation, especially walking meditation, the 6th step, which is take more energy from the mind and body. Right? As I say, do it at the end, right? Don't force yourself too much. If you cannot bear it, just go into standing meditation for a while, just relax for a while, because you are training for a whole day, so sometimes you also need some time to rest, right? So always don't force yourself too much, right? But if you able to accept all the things like sweatness, feel very hot, if you can just contemplate them, it's also very good, because all these are 4 great elements. Okay, no harm, just continue to support them.
对，我感觉到很开心，就是说我的心很喜悦，因为我可以观察到我的身体的那个变化。就是我从开始的时候，我不懂什么叫做喜悦，过后我走到我好像很开心，很喜悦，然后我就等到吃饭的时候，我还是保持那个运动，就是还是一样，走路的时候还是要在念住什么
Now, when any of you, when you walk, you should contemplate on the feet movement, left, right, or lifting, pushing, dropping, and so on. So when you have joy, as she said, she feel very happy when she be able to, she has joy. So when you have joy, you actually, if it's very strong, you can just stop at the stop at the end of the place where you walk and do standing meditation and contemplate the joy. Because this is a Vipassana, right? Contemplation of the mind. So try to see the joy arising passively, right? Try to see everything arising passively. They will improve the Vipassana knowledge, right? Because if we don't investigate the joy, then you might get attached to it, right? When we say, as when you start to meditate, then you feel also a good feeling, we might attach to it. So it's good to contemplate when things are very obvious. So when the joy is more obvious than the walking motion, you stop walking, do standing meditation. 清楚吗？
所以我就是不知道，after lunch 很饱嘛，所以 practice walking meditation 那边，我不想听上，我就很享受。
Okay, no. Right.
After that, I change method.
Okay, so the thing is, you have good experience, yes, but you already start to enjoy it already. And if you are practicing Vipassana, we should see everything as anicca, dukkha, anatta. We should not lose with the enjoyment because we are not practicing samatha, you know. Difference between Vipassana and samatha, as I said, samatha is to get deep concentration, and the byproduct or the benefits of samatha is joy and happiness. But in Vipassana, yes, when you have good mindfulness concentration, you have joy, tranquility, so on. But at that time, you should change to Vipassana, contemplation of the mind.
但是呢，我想到精进嘛，因为前面2点我很精嘛，不精进没有那个力量，那个时光多力量，有那个精进，所以我就听到你说 effort， 我是什么 effort， 所以我就 try to put all my effort， so after lunch 我可以照样跑2个小时
，OK，
很开心。然后我就去那个，我一下子想到有一次我去 attend 一个CDD，他跟我们讲，你跑的时候，你要说
Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, when you are doing the walking meditation, don't confuse or don't combine with other practice. Like when she combine with or something like me tofu or like then what? 行也不用。No, you are following the chanting already. No. Okay, so please walk. When we say walking meditation is very simple, just walk. That's all. Don't combine with any chanting or anything, right? Sometimes when you start to have this aha moment, actually it's a wandering thoughts. It's a wandering thoughts. The mind feel bored. The mind feel bored in the walking meditation, so it starts to create entertainment. This is why I say, you check the mind. Our mind is a childish mind. Like the moment you try to control it, it will give you all sorts of excuses, you know. Yeah. So it start to feel boring. It start to create music for you, you know. No. Okay. Like we say, when your mind start to restless, you didn't notice that at that point your mind becomes restless a bit, right? It start to create vain thoughts. This means that your mind become restless. So at that time you should do sitting. OK， 明白吗？当他已经有那个什么声音，还是什么唱歌，什么还是念经，就是他的心已经调举不安，那时候要就是回去坐禅，给你的心平静下来。If cannot, you go at the back, somewhere do standing meditation. You're not standing, touching, and not the wandering thoughts or not the chanting. Chanting is actually thoughts. It's actually restless mind. Your mind already rests. Alright? Because it doesn't like the left, right. You say very boring already. No more left, right, enough already. Okay. Okay, can follow? Okay, next question, please. If you want to improve your wisdom, please ask questions. Okay, thank you for your sharing. Thank you, I appreciate it. Right? Yes.
我讲观念哈我不是什么3年来我的心里是很感恩。第一个就是很感恩你刚刚指出这个业苦的很大，然后第二就是感恩生命记忆还有同学们一起这样的环境来休息。我从第一天开始因为我的脚我是有骨节炎。骨节炎就是我去年有打了针然后现在又开始，在我还没有来的时候，我的脚是很痛的。然后我就是还没有记得1天之前我跟师讲一定back 给我，所以我的脚是很痛的。然后我就进来休息了，明天来这里了第一天我来的时候我在开始那个walking meditation 的时候我就是我的脚一踏出那种，我的脚是以前是就是左右左右开始，然后我一踏出我的脚是很痛的，然后当下我的念头就痛就停在那边，我就完全那个痛到消失，然后再继续left right 这样然后我就是在慢慢就是在走，然后我发现到就是在走，然后我的脚就是我们第一天我是left right 这样然后第二天开始我就3个不久，就是从我第一天的中午这样我已经开始到，我已经觉知到我的脚我这个walking meditation 有帮助到我的脚，就是因为我在那个meeting 然后那个pushing 的时候pushing 那个这样转下去的时候，我发现到就是他们的动作我走长1个小时，我发现到我的脚是比较有力，然后我也没有僵痛，所以变成我的然后今天来我的就是我的脚完全没有痛，然后我在今天整那个6个步骤，我在走走到那个 end 那边我就站住，就是我越来越插到那个银色的很 clear， 就是当我走到那个 end 的时候我站住我觉得那个风很大，那个风你的，我就是我分口水进去，我就慢慢的在走，像我每一次我的走才是1个小时做成1个小时，然后我慢慢走回来做成。
OK，这样你已经关照那个痛，也是可以走。你关照意念吗？意念
有，
对，
还是
不是意念就是要走要转，你关照 intention 要关好。你现在没有讲到这些。不是那样的念头，我讲意念要走要转那种意念，又意念要上厕所，来，这个比较重要尽量关这些。OK， 好，可以好，谢谢好。So she's just sharing her experience. She has some pain because she has some leg problem and some things. So she be able to note it, and also it's good that she still persevere in walking meditation. Can walk 1 hour and also can sit 1 hour. So when you all are be able to sit and walk, the next thing you try to do is always try to see relationship between mind and matter. The intention want to walk, intention want to turn, intention want to go toilet. Never miss it because this will reduce the idea of the self, the idea of I. It's not that I want to go toilet. It's the body or the mind want to go toilet, right? It's not that I want to drink water. Is that the body feel thirsty and then the mind want to drink water. Do you notice that? Right? 所以我们不是只是要观那个名色，我们要看到他们的关系，因果的关系。要上厕所是谁？身体还是心？你们有问自己吗？要喝水是谁？是身体要喝水还是心要喝水？ 要贪心吃多吃谁？是身体要吃还是心要吃东西？So when you have the desire to eat more, is it the body want to eat or the mind want to eat? Alright, ask yourself this question. Alright, okay, next question. Anybody know ask before? Alright, yes. We give chance, because I noticed that if we give chance, you always be the same people, so it's better we give for those who never ask me. Thomas, you're very quiet. No question. Yes. 禅修使我们的身体会痛。Oh, okay. Okay, her question is why when we meditate there are pain in the body. Before meditate or before you do sitting meditation, you don't have pain. But the moment you sit, you got leg pain, back pain, shoulder pain, headache. Right? There are a few things. Maybe first because of wrong posture. 坐的姿势不对哈 This is the first reason. Second reason is because very simple, you keep keep the body still for 1 hour. Your body cannot stand the stiffness. That's why even if you are watching TV, do you notice that when you watch TV, actually you are moving some subtle movement here and there. But we are not aware of that because we are lost in watching the YouTube or TV or our handphone. But naturally, when your mind has nothing to do, but have to meditate on the body, then it start to aware of the feeling, subtle feeling like pain, itch, and so on. And after a while, they become more close feeling the pain. Actually, we can say, that's why the Buddha say the 5 aggregates are suffering. As long as you have this mind and matter, they are always suffering. So you are seeing the truth, congratulations. So 当我们看到我们的身心的痛苦，这个就是你明白的佛陀所讲的真相，无取应思法，有听过吗？是身体的无取应思法。所以这个是你看到真相了，所以恭喜你。Okay, she asked when she attend other retreat like 10 days, she don't have that kind of pain feeling. Right, it also depends on which retreat you go. Let's say if you practice samatha, you just focus your mind on one object, you get concentration and you get joy, so you don't have that pain feeling. But normally people who practice samatha during the first or second day, they also has to struggle with body pain and also with the mind wandering, right? But if your mind part on this one point, you get joy and happiness, so you lost in it, then you don't feel the pain. But if you're practicing Vipassana, you have to see the nama-rupa, you have to see the pain, you have to accept it, so to speak. So naturally, you see a lot of them. Okay? Metta 也是 samatha. Metta 也是 samatha. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you practice samatha or vipassana. So try to see the body, the pain or itch or wandering mind. Actually, it's a good. You start to understand about yourself, right? Right. So 我们看到身体的疼痛，明白妄想我们不能控制，我们已经开始明白无我的无我无常无我那个无我 ，right? Now the idea of no self is there's no soul or entity in us that control the thoughts, that control the body, that's in charge, or we call it somebody in charge, right? 所以我们讲无我的意思是没有一个个体或灵魂在我们身体控制我们的身心，全部都是自然的现象。So everything what happen in your mind, matter, all this just happen by itself. You sit for a long time, you got pain, right? You cannot control it. You sit long time, if you have no mindfulness, then your mind start to wander. So that's not self. 坐久身体痛痒，这个是自然现象，代表无我。那个很多杂念也代表说我们不能控制思想，它自然来自然去的。Okay, I thank you for your questions.
One of the challenges I face is when I sit down, my leg is very painful. So on the first day, some people told me double up your pillow, and
Yeah,
I
right,
still
right,
pain.
yes.
And then I try sitting there on the sofa better. And then I think today I got the one rounded one. So I think this is the best posture for me. So the other thing is normally leg pain. Like first day I have kerjaan otot, like rest cramps. So what happened is I take magnesium to reduce it, not to have cramps. And then after that, I have all my life I've been very fast, work very fast, everything fast. So when I come for meditation, it's a big challenge. I have to super slow down. So when I walk, the first few steps, I can hear cracks, crack. Is it too hard? I work too hard, I'm not sure. Then I walk slowly, and then when I lost focus, I change to sometimes I change to Metta, then I come back to concentration, nothing, sitting, or I change posture from time to time, because the mind is very tricky.
Have you tried to sit for half an hour? Half an hour, then half an hour. Also, you can sit half an hour, 1 hour. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
And then the other thing I face is I'm hungry at night. So one of the solution is drinking water, is it?
Yeah, you can drink water, yes. For juice,
So
yes.
at night,
But you're going back home, right?
yeah.
Of course, when you go back home, there's a lot of temptation at home. The fridge is there all the time. Okay, so it's very natural. Yeah, it's very natural.
First day, sorry, I drink it, and then I had nightmares. Yeah. Second day, successful. Then the day I didn't should be okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because here is a non-stay retreat, so you have to go back home where there's a fridge and you can order food easily. If you go for full-time retreat, then you can observe the precept easily. I tell you one experience is true, no? When last time there was when I was about 25 years old, many years ago, okay? So I went to Kota Tinggi, and then it was the first time I observed precept, And then so that's why I'm going to really praise the Subang Jaya here. The food you provide is actually fantastic and lots of food. You all feel very full, right? Yeah, enough. Huh? So when last time I go for this place, the food they provide is not enough. Honestly, it's not enough. Not enough. So by time 4 or 5, the stomach is very hungry. And worse, the female meditation place is second floor, first floor. Downstairs is a workers' place. So nighttime 7 to 8, the workers cook food. And the smell travel out, how you feel very hungry already. And then they don't private everything, so just go down and you want water, take some top of water, maybe bit honey, but it's not enough, especially at that time, 20, I think I'm near to 30, still young, yeah. Was nice, still young. Okay. So imagine keeping every set at that time. It's not easy, but okay. So the next day, so it was the first time I attended the every set and Vipassana center. So I didn't know what is Vipassana at all. I don't even know what is the rising falling. I don't even know. So I go there. Then I'm feeling very tired, so I rest for a while. Then somebody knocked the door and say, the teacher asked you to go for interview. 8 o'clock. I said, it's interview. I thought interview is job. Why the teacher ask you to go for job? Okay. So I go there and then the teacher said, how's your abdomen rising falling? I said, teacher, I'm very hungry. But it's true, because it's not easy to get every set, especially in a place you get the smell of food. Right? That's why I say next time maybe you all try to organize where all the meditator stay here. In Myanmar, it's actually very easy because Myanmar meditator, they will bring their pillow, whatever, they can sleep like this kind of hall, they can sleep. It's not a problem. But for Malaysia yogi, you need a kind of like private room, right? Is it? Or you all can sleep like this? Cannot? Cannot? Can? Can, okay. All right, but one thing about sleep in a private room like this, a private big hall, and like this also one problem. So last time when I was, Sally Vipassana, yeah, or our disciple, I was in Singapore, Subang, so it's a big hall where meditators about 100 plus sleep together. And the alarm clock ring at 2 a.m. in the morning. One alarm clock. Second alarm clock ring at 2:30. Next alarm clock ring at 3 o'clock. Subsequently another 4:30. So cannot sleep because so many alarm clock, right? Yeah. So these are some difficulties when we stay in meditation center. But I say if as you go for more retreat, you become more experienced and know how to tackle it. So one problem is how to tackle the feeling hunger is eat a little bit more compared to normal. Let's say if you eat maybe one bowl of rice, you eat a little bit more, so you don't feel so hungry. So the food will last you until 5 or 6. Then you drink more water. So when you drink more water, it push the wind. When we eat something, you will digest, there will be some wind, right? So as long as you know how to push the wind down or make the wind come up, you don't get the feeling hunger. When we say hunger, what is hunger? It's actually just a wind in the stomach, right? The rumbling, this one, right? So as long as you know how to push the wind, I know how to do it because I had some wind problem. So I always take more drink so to push the wind down. Right?
So what happened is today normally the last thing is take because sometimes afternoons we feel like so take coffee and then Milo, but Milo is a bit full. But like this morning 4 o'clock, automatic my body wake up because we all come out.
Yeah, okay.
So especially those with high metabolic rate.
Okay, just to make a note, for those who keeping 8% for first time, you don't know what is allowable or not allowable. Normally in the evening time, if you are not taking medicine, so like Milo, not really allowable. It's considered unallowable things. Just a juice or lunch, okay, lunch is okay. Right, for evening time, like Milo, all these are not allowed unless you need to take medicine, because when you take medicine, especially the Western type of medicine or Chinese type of medicine, you cannot take on empty stomach. You will hurt the lining of the stomach. So normally the doctor will give you the medicine with some or omeprazole. This means that the anti-acid. Right? Okay. Afternoon doesn't matter, so you can take as much as you like. But after lunch, after you eat more, like I said, one way to observe emphasis is you eat more, little bit more compared to your normal portion. And after you eat, do walking meditation. They will help you to digest. Because if you are not used to eat lots of, you're not used to eat that portion, you might not be able to digest that well, right? Okay, so that's how we adjust our diet, so we can observe emphasis easily.
But we allowed to drink juices right without the bar.
In the afternoon, right? Yeah, afternoon, yeah. Before the noon, you can drink whatever you like, no problem. Okay. All right, okay. Any questions? So this is talking about how you try to observe and present. And let's say if somebody breaks some rules like this, you feel guilty, how should you deal with it? Yeah? That she says she feel guilty. Ask forgiveness from the Buddha or the teacher, And guilt is always unwholesome mind, akusala mind. So you should don't dwell on it too much, right? So you make a note, ask forgiveness and move on. Okay, now I already shared with you the tips how to survive, right? So make sure you stay in a place, don't get a food smell. All right, eat a little bit more. After eat, do walking meditation, help to digest. Okay. In the evening time, drink, if one cup of juice not enough, 1 cup of juice and maybe 2 cups of water. It will help to push the wind down. So you can go to for bowel movement more easily. Okay.
You want to do your best. I know the theme for this month's day is Metta with Vipassana. So would like to say guidance is Metta the best combination with Vipassana? Is there any other combination as well for us to do?
Metta is the best because, okay, we have 40 samatha practices for samatha have 14 types, right? Including the Buddhanussati, Dhammanussati, Metta, 10 kasina, we also the kasina and impurity and so on. But Metta is the best because Metta you can use it when you are in your worldly life, when you talk with people, when you have need to associate with them. That's why practice Metta will give you good relationship with other colleagues, friends, boss also. So when the boss, you are working, right? So when the boss scold you, what should you do? No, smile at the boss. So when you smile, he cannot do anything else, right? So he either continue to scold you or his temper have to reduce. That's the best way, right? So when you smile, he will not be able to continue because you are accepting it in a good view, right? Okay. So that's why let's say for Vipassana, yes, of course, in the full Vipassana retreat, it's best you spend 100% on Vipassana to get momentary mindfulness and concentration. That's the best, right? But in Chamye Center also, like in Myanmar Chamye Meditation Center, which is actually very near to my center, we have the center there, we are both Chinan. It's just half an hour from us. They have 1 month retreat at the end of December up to January, and many foreigners, about 100 plus all over the country, they go just practice Metta for 1 month in Chamye Meditation Center. Okay, and Sayadaw Ji Chamye Sayadaw, when he's free, he will go and teach them. And then his nephew is one of the person, is one of the chief monk in charge. So you can see even Chamye Sayadaw encourage people to practice 1 month of Metta.
Same, I just want to extend further. I also practice Anapanasati together with Metta, and now with Vipassana. Is there a way how do I optimize so that I get the results?
Like I say, Anapanasati is also Vipassana. So you can put Anapanasati inside the Vipassana, so you don't get confused. So means that Metta is separate with the object as all beings, myself, my lover, and so on. And Vipassana, you Nama Rupa and also the Anapana. Anapana means breathing meditation. Breathing meditation means part of the body, Rupa. So in brief, if your stomach is only Metta and Vipassana.
Yeah,
That's why you don't get confused. Yes.
Yeah. What I meant is that in our daily 24 hours, how do we have wake up? How do we?
Like I say, when you wake up, you practice Metta. Before you fall asleep, you practice Metta so you don't have nightmare. Okay. All right. Okay. So when you're liaising with people, of course, Metta is the best. Because if you liaising with people, you put a very stern face and say, you are Namarupa, I'm Namarupa, I don't care about you. People don't understand about you, right? So the best way is put always a smile, When your boss scold you, okay, yeah, I like your scold very much. So please scold me next time. Okay. So when we have Metta, we make things easier for us, We make, instead of, when we meet difficult things, either you react with anger or you accept it with good grace, right? So you can choose, it's your choice, how we make choice in our life. But like we say, we need a kind of here. Every time we see people, Metta. Then when we are with ourselves, we go back to Namarupa, right? So I asked my teacher this question, and the doctor's already passed away. How do we going to change very fast? He said, when we liaising with people, we always have Metta. At the back of our brain, our back of our mind, you put Namarupa. Okay? So you don't get confused. Right? So try. Your boss scold you? Thank you. I like your scolding. Please, some more.
Especially
Huh?
Brahma.
Yeah. Okay, then you learn from him. Okay, okay. Thank you. Right. So last question, final last question. Okay, yes. We are actually very grateful for the assistant, they are so hardworking. Besides full-time meditating here, they're also running around helping us, so sadhu to them also.
感谢你叫我碰上来，我还有点才来，我有个问题想就是当我在家来参加禅修营的时候，就会想问你在家的时候，做禅坐到差不多40多分钟到50分钟的时候，会觉得脚麻痛，然后就有一个意念，就是说起来了。这个身体就叫起来，那个意念就不要转的。不过每一次这样就挣扎很久，那个身体就会很自然的。
OK， 第一个你要清楚，观照的时候不是身体要起来，是心要起来。身体觉得不舒服，心要起来，这个要清楚，不要搞乱。身体觉得不舒服，身体是一个目标，心要起来，那个意念是心。所以，因为有意念要起来后来才有一系列的动作要起来。Right? Okay. So a question about sitting for some time and after that some pain feeling. So she feel that the body want to stand up. It's actually not the body want to stand up. It's because of difficult feelings in the body, the intention, which is part of the mind, want to stand up. So we must be clear. What is the body? What is the mind? Okay, 清楚吗？那，yeah。OK， 如果你已经做半个钟头还是1个钟头，时间够了，你就可以去走路了，不用做太久，明白吗？我们只是训练初学者，训练到半个钟头或训练到1个钟头已经足够了，你就可以去走了。进展没有，如果你观久一下，你的正念很定强，后来这些不舒服的感觉它会消失的。这只是开始好像3、4天的那个一个阶段，后来它会这些苦受会消失的。是这样就是得在家里自己练习的时候，就很紧张自己。不要做比较，我们的经验不要做比较，每天都是不一样，因为我们的人这个身心每天都是不一样，不要做比较。以前的事情是以前，现在就是我们的工作只是继续的关照，明白吗？ Alright, so she's comparing like before, she doesn't have this kind of bad feelings, difficulty in sitting, now she has. So the idea is we don't compare our experience. Because our mind and matter, our nama rupa, every day we change. Every moment, every second we change. You cannot say, last night I have good experience, I can sit for 3 hours. Now I also want that kind of good experience. That's greed, there's an attachment to past experience. Whatever good or bad, which our job is contemplate them or meditate on them. Just continue. Don't stop or thinking of whatever happened in the past already passed, right? Okay. I think it's enough. So if no question, we'll stop here. So I think later we might start to be I think 7:30. Okay, we just stick with 8 o'clock. So we 8 to 9. So we do some half-hour sharing. Tonight is the last session, right? So after that, you all ask forgiveness. No, do you know what's the purpose of asking forgiveness? It's because of the tradition. No. What's the purpose of asking forgiveness? Okay, help to in the practice and Okay. Let's say you ask forgiveness because you thought that you might have some misconduct in body, speech, and mind, ill will towards the teacher or so on, in case, right? So you want to ask forgiveness. Now I ask you this question: if the teacher doesn't forgive you, what happens? So what happened? Huh? Don't continue. Yeah, right. The idea is always look at yourself. All right. We ask forgiveness because we want to reduce the unwholesome mind and we want to create more wholesome mind. But the problem is when people ask for forgiveness, they take it as tradition, they become more worried. Hey, what if I've done something wrong? Even though they might not do something wrong, they start to worry they might do something wrong. Okay? So always take it. If you take it as a good cultivation to create good mind, that's enough, right? Yeah, and then just move on. You don't worry if the teacher forgive you or not forgive you, you please forgive yourself. It's very important. 我们要学原谅自己。如果我们做什么身口意的错事情，希望导师原谅我们。如果导师不能原谅我们，我们也要原谅自己。所以我们要将继续修行，增加更多的善业，我们的身口意的善业，不要顶住在那边。哦，明白吗？哦，萨萨萨。